Hello everybody, good morning. Howdy and welcome. Welcome Sussy, Left, Ty, welcome Poco, Parsec, Francis, welcome B, Nightmare, welcome Weeb, welcome of course anyone else who might be lurking or who might join us along the way. It is I, PB, and we are back for another stream of some more Disco Elysium. Of course, before we get to that, all the music that we just listened to was from the Professor Layton series. In particular, we had tracks from Professor Layton and the Curious Village, Professor Layton and the Unwind Future, and Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I forget what the subtitle is, but they're all composed by Tomohito Nishiura, who has been a long-time collaborator with Level 5. Aside from Professor Layton, he has worked on Dark Cloud. He worked on Dragon Quest VIII. I believe he's also working on the Megaton Musashi games, which are finally getting a Western release. Let's fucking go. So excited about those. I mean, they might not be as good as I've hyped them up, but man, they look fun. But yeah. Pretty good work. I think Layton has such a unique, lovely sound to it that really fits the aesthetic and the time period the games are supposed to be set in. Good like period piece music. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well today. Thank you everybody who hung out. Can't talk. Thank you to everybody who hung out yesterday during our little hoot that I was having with Taylor is Good. I thought that was pretty good. I had a great time, as ever, talking with my buddy Taylor. And, yeah, I'm sure I will again. But, no more reason to faff about. It is time to get back into it, to get into the world of Disco Elysium. So, there's been a murder, a man has been hung from a tree, and we are the detective who's been assigned to the case of finding out who killed him, why he was killed, how it was done, etc. The only problem being that we are amnesiac. We've lost all of our memories after what seems like a particularly strong bender and very intense hangover. Yeah, we're actually, this is what happens to Professor Layton after the games are done. Who am I? Who am I? But, yeah, we've since figured out a few things with the help of a detective from another precinct who has been partnered with us, Kim Kitsuragi. We found out that the man was hung in the middle of a union dispute at the docks here. It seems that in this post-Soviet-esque city, there is a growing conflict between... I keep wanting to call them Twin Pines. What's the name of the company? Something Pines? Shady Pines? Anyway, this big shipping magnate and the ever more powerful union. And it seems like the big guy who was hanged from the tree was a mercenary, one of multiple mercenaries that was hired by Shady Pines, by the shipping company. And it looks like, I mean, at this point, we had guessed that union guys hanged him, because, you know, he's a scumbag who's trying to strong arm the union. And in our investigations, we've been trying to get more information from several sources. One of them being Joyce Messier, a representative from Shady Pines, who will not give us all the info that we need to investigate without us also investigating a drug trafficking problem that's moving through the harbor. And the other is Everard something or other. Everard Miller, is that right? Everard something. The very, very squelchy, slimy, wormy, untrustworthy union leader who has basically used us for intimidation purposes so far. He had us open a door, effectively, without telling us what exactly it was for, but, you know. He called the person, I think he called the person a worm. He wanted us to open a worm's door, but obviously, for some sort of intimidation purposes, it was not a friendly door opening. But we have done that. And he has pretty much told us Titus something? Titus Hardy, one of the big sort of like enforcers of the Union, was the ringleader behind the murder. And he pretty much dared us to arrest him. But obviously, Everard's word is not enough to arrest a guy, so we have to interview Titus to find if that's the case, but that's going to be difficult. First of all, Titus is joined by a lawyer whose name I forget, but she seems a particularly intimidating, strong-willed individual who's not going to tolerate much of our shit, nor does she seem to accept that we have much authority here at all. It's also going to be more difficult because we are without our partner Kim, after I successfully found the cause of death, which was hidden, by the way. The hanging was a ruse all along to cover up the fact that this man was shot in the back of his head, like in the back of his mouth. The bullet, there was no exit wound, so it looked like he hadn't been shot, so they hanged him instead. But we got the bullet out, and Kim has taken the body for processing. He's going to be away for the whole day. I was already nervous enough talking to Everard without the help of Kim, and perhaps I was right to be nervous because Everard has basically given us another task to do. He wants us to get signatures from a few locals so that they can have a youth center built right outside their home. The eventual aim of which we have deduced is to have them move out and sell their property to Everard for cheap. So plenty of corruption from ye old Everard. But in doing our first job with him, we have already become somewhat publicly aligned with him. A few of the union guys are a bit more friendly with us, and the non-union guys, the scabs who are led by a definite mercenary, now seem to be treating us a bit more hostile. But anyway, next on our agenda is to interview Titus Hardy, the man who supposedly killed our Vic, and also there's an eyewitness that we want to interview. A young man who was smoking on the balcony, a balcony that we noticed directly overlooked the murder scene. So we're going to go talk to him. We have to wait until 9 o'clock at night because that's the only time he's in the house. I'm going to save the Titus Hardy interview for when Kim returns. We are going to wait here until 9 o'clock at night to go and interview our boyo hanging out above.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench.
I wasn't certain about whether or not to waste this much time, but
time passes. You ponder upon.
We did so well in our first couple days. We got so far. We did so much that I think
if we invited Guillaume Le Million here, we could create a wave-crashing beach party of unimaginable proportions.
I think it should be okay to just let the rest of this day go as is.
Time passes. You ponder upon an endless.
Like you wait us for this stream to start.
Time passes.
No, I started on time today. I don't know what you're talking about. You're speaking nonsense. Smoke on the balcony. Okay, so now it's after 9. We should be able to go and talk to them, hopefully. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, wrong direction. Who is that up there? Why does she look so cool? Will she be my GF? Yeah, we're working our way up balconies one by one. Trying to find the strongest balcony dweller.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah. Why? It's a wall.
Yeah, that's my guess, V. That's what I assume. Give me a higher balcony. There he is. Look at him getting his pose on as soon as he saw us. You were standing normally moments ago.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
I got your hint. Find the key right under that stone.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for, yes.
Beautiful. I have some good news for you.
He does seem
My
quite good at
Sunday
the
friend
old
is visiting me
seduction.
tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Why'd I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Very well. I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. So many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up one by one.
Pardon me.
Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
Run where?
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body.
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Oh, did I apply the changes? I guess so. Who dat?
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
We never upgrade light. I'm trying to ignore electrochemistry. Our role that we're playing here is that. Oh, I forgot to mention. We did find out that our name is Harry Dubois, not Dubois. Dubois. Yeah, but yeah, we're trying to avoid hard drugs. They got us into this mess.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur la Clé.
Hey, Taylor. Taylor, did you end up playing Diablers?
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
Meaning it was entertaining?
No, no. I mean, it was so strange. I could barely believe what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
Sound familiar? That matches the prints you observed at the scene.
Were any of them huge? Like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite...
You know why I asked
human,
that? We worked out that
as far as I could
the
tell.
heavy depression of those boots was because of the person was carrying the body. What happened next?
I went back inside.
Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing.
Wait, so you didn't actually see the lynching happen?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men? Women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
What ethnicity were they?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
Mesk accent, wouldn't that be mañana? What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
Can you at least tell me when it happened?
All I can say is that it was late.
So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Those are all my questions. Thanks for your time.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
So you're some kind of bureaucrat.
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Intern.
Hey Didi, thank you for the Shenmue.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
May 1st confirmed. Saprini, what is that? The union makes us strong. Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
What is this international community?
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
And what do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
I've heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Are you a moralist?
But of course,
But why?
because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
A whiskey? What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy.
We have to pump more democracy in there.
But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital.
Ah, my friend. But the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work.
It didn't work because the coalition crushed it violently.
Oh, yes, the big bad coalition crushed the revolution. Tell me, if the revolution was succeeding, would it have been crushed so easily?
I'm not too bad, whiskey. Having a nice chill Sunday. No work until tomorrow, so that's neat.
Are we really so bad for wanting compromise, peace, and prosperity on reasonable, achievable terms? Ask yourself that. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
What is the price stabilité?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
How does this benefit us exactly?
Take your daily bread, for example. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
No, I'm good.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment.
Yeah, I don't like
to
this guy
education.
either. Tell me about Sur-le-Clef.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index.
Just
Mostly,
neoliberalism.
It's known as the
distilled
executive
into a
arm
person.
of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
What makes Revachol Sur-le-Clef's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Enough business. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Tell me about your friend.
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
Your friend. The smoker on the balcony. We're just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts?
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
As though you weren't envious enough of the boy as is.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
And what are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
What view? It's dark outside.
Listen,
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying.
no, listen. The Insulindian Bay.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
I don't know if he knows nothing, but he's definitely not saying nothing.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
I mean, I have voiced a suspicion that our balcony friend is a sex worker.
I'm all ears, officer.
I got all I need.
A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Hold on. Why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
Thanks for the heads up, but my work here is done.
Of course. I'm glad I could help.
Exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. Quarterly business magazine. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Empty ashtray. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. So he does just seem to be a student trying to make his way in the world. Old photo of the same apartment dated year '01. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. This is it. This is the look. Alright, what am I actually wearing? Savoir faire. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my outfit as is, but it was a good look. It was a good look. Was there something else that was gonna happen at night? No, I think the majority of the stuff that we're gonna do will happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's a pretty exciting day. Kim's gonna be back. First of all, that's the most exciting thing, obviously. We're gonna be talking to the Titus Hardy and his union workers. The water lock will be done so we can access a new part of Martinez.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Definitely that'll give me conceptualization.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Should try to remember that from now on whenever I come up against a check that I know of. I'm min-max for it. Planescape Torment, I'm okay. I'm alright. Thank you for the votes, Cursed. How was the ukuleles yesterday? I had a little lurk in there, but I was watching animes with Kay mostly. Yeah, you too. Take care, Cursed.
You see a heavy steel door with the door doesn't.
Alright. Much else to it. Banjo-Kazooie from Wish started out fun, you got a bit frustrated at towards the end. Just sounds like any collectathon to me, but that'll do it. I miss Kim. Kaleo, thank you for the does and dingoes. Biggest problem is imprecise 3D controls and awful camera. Again, this sounds like any collectathon to me. But yeah, no, I've heard good things about that.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Use chain cutters to fix the faucet.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber. The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
What if we're gonna have more fucked up
It's
dreams?
still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety, but you cannot because of the
Yeah, this is Lep's
pain.
pep talk before every stream.
And there's a lot of it. Ever present in
So
our
I've heard,
portals.
Sassy. So I've
It's
heard.
like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
Are we just gonna die of multiple organ failure at like
But
any
this
moment?
suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself.
I think I need medical attention.
Oh, yes. They'll check you out, give you some pills, make it all okay. The Wonder Makers.
Don't be stupid, Harry. It's not happening. They don't make new kidneys and livers in hospital. All you've got to do is pray to God it passes and stare at the flickering darkness.
You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Just get me out of here then. Back to the other place.
Oh, baby boy, you're already in the other place. There's no nourishment for you tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe if you know, like, took a lot of drugs before you go to sleep, that'd do the trick. Maybe if you cracked the damn thing, then you'd feel satisfied and tired, holding the picture puzzle in your hands, complete. Maybe if you weren't so hard on yourself.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Man, I know sleeps like that. Sleeps where it seems like your brain's just on the entire night. That's you now? I'll square you. I'm sorry. You don't deserve it. Just like Pimmy, you do not deserve those votes, but I will let you have them. Where is my BFF? There he is!
Yes?
You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Nothing. Just an observation.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
What do you mean distinctive?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle.
Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
How's that?
They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
That's racist. I don't prioritize containers.
I'm sure you don't. It's just a stupid interdepartmental thing. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
I want to say hello to my friend Kim. Why does it not let me do that? So who are all these people we can talk to? Tomatoes are thinly sliced, you can see through them.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous?
Oh, Tim. You're here.
I am. So are you. What brings you here?
What is it about the way that he carries himself?
It's the sports. He's a sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else here.
I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
I didn't. He's a government official. I don't trust governments.
Ah, shoot. Why not?
What are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean, a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
Return where?
To his opportunities in Occident, Sur la Clay. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
I don't want to talk about other people. I want to talk about you.
What about me, gendarme?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I live here. My room is right upstairs.
Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me?
Tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits?
Let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
What'd you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
And he believed you?
Why shouldn't he?
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friend, the witness.
No, I don't think it came up.
Thanks for the information.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
Nope,
Bye-bye,
that's it.
gendarme.
Can we just hang out for a bit? Can we just be friends?
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
You look like shit, asshole.
Wow, you seem stable and in control. Allow me to say, alcohol really seems to have had a positive effect on you. Now, what do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Something strange about this guy. Figure it out.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Tell me the truth. Do you know me from somewhere?
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
From where? From another life?
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
69.
He seems to be observing you through the reflective glass of his eyewear. There's no reply. Perhaps repeat it?
69.
Repeating it gets no reaction from the man with the sunglasses. Suddenly, the world is very quiet. Even the howling wind outside sounds a bit embarrassed.
41st?
Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good.
Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Let's talk more about that hypothetical Station 41 you mentioned.
Okay.
He didn't just say okay, he said, oh, the hypothetical 41. Yeah, let's fantasize about that. I'm not busy, you're not busy, let's just play around. So what would our relationship be in this alternate universe?
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
Kim's cooler than you.
I'm sure he's fucking flattered. But Kim is not part of his thought experiment.
You're not Kim.
In this one, we're partners.
The lieutenant is silent.
You seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have you as my partner.
Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner.
Okay, actually probably would cramp my style.
Oh god, I'd hate for that to happen. You know what might help prevent that though?
No?
You doing your fucking job.
Do you have a crime to solve?
Oh no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
I can't imagine it anymore.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
Cool shades. You were in a disguise?
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening though. Who is this guy?
Got some questions for you. I'm a cop.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
Like a megastar?
Yes, a superstar cop. Of course. This again.
Did we talk to this guy during our bender? Is that what happened? Now, will you answer some questions for me?
No,
Why not?
'cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
Let's talk about something else then.
Or, we could go back to doing our jobs. This was stupid.
Okay then. See you around.
Watch out for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Wait, your voice. I recognize it.
Oh really? I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently. When I called in to report it missing, you were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
Maybe.
Okay then. It's probably a coincidence. People sound...
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right?
I guess it was kind of weird, yes.
There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still.
I was thinking the same thing. I should just ask them if we're from the same station.
Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Look, I just have to ask. Are we from the same police station?
I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Okay.
Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work.
I'm so
Don't let me
confused.
stop you again. The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
Is everything alright? Why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
You're the police, right? Cool. So am I.
I don't know what to say.
It's like a child going up and showing her my police badge, which I don't have.
Don't say anything, Judith.
Wait, is he police?
Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and a fucking wig.
Okay,
What are you, the police, doing here?
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
A policewoman.
Yes, a policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
Look, something's really bugging me. Are we or are we not from the same police station?
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
Can I actually help you with something?
yes, of course, preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right? Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible.
So what precinct are you from?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
Are you with him?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
Nothing, just wondering.
The sooner you figure this hanging out, the sooner everyone can go home.
Okay, goodbye. I feel like I, as a person, have just taken psychic damage from that entire conversation. Alright, I'm guessing... Is that Titus? One of these guys gotta be Titus.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
One of these dock workers, or multiple of them, killed some dude, so I don't know about that. Starge, thank you for the dogs.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers. We've talked to Everard Clare. We know who these men are. The Union's militant wing.
Listen, you Moralington lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
I like that. Good start. Let's take a step further. Armed uprising. What are the Union's plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
What's your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
It's a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. See hawthorn bushes outside.
This is where you say your bit.
My bit?
Detective.
We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man, in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right, standard working boots, size 45 or 46, eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, smoker, quiet. Across at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian, in his late 30s, early 40s. A symmetric burn on his neck, resembling the letters Loss Loss. Has he tried to burn it off, leave that life behind? And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important.
What is a plectrum?
Let's call this one the musician.
Is a plectrum a guitar pick? Is that what it is? Familiar? And the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
Okay, yeah, so it's a pig.
In the middle.
I don't know why that
and
word left
wheezing,
my head for a while.
Big guy, boot size 46, deep marks.
I've known several guitar
Probably
players.
Carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of this is missing. The odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th?
How can you say plectrum instead of just pick? Yeah, that's it. Also, hello, Minin. How you doing?
The fuck is with you, fella?
I find 8th set of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So there is an 8th Hardy boy, a Hardy lady.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Very specific choice of words given the cause of death of our Vic.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
And then we'll leave it for there. Hey, Sifu. How you doing? Well, actually, let's see if the lawyer has anything else to say.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardy girl?
I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Get a grip, Glenn. She went to law school.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
You got me there.
No, Glenn. They aren't.
She got me there?
This didn't change her opinion of you. It's not her. She's not a Hardy girl. Definitely.
Maybe we'll talk later. Someone got me there. Was it you, chat? Alright. Damn, we're making some process. Okay, we're gonna call about the serial number on the armor. You got me? Oh.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
Do you know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Alice, this is Firewalker. Reconnect me to the 41st.
Right. Please hold.
10-4, come in. Firewalker, over.
This might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss.
10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders to give a negative to request for personal information. Over.
What do you mean you can't tell me anything about me? But I'm me.
10-4. Orders are still orders. Anything else? Over.
10-10, over.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Well, got Alice working on another thing till tomorrow. 1 second, chat. Okay, we are back. Right, so we have the waterlock to check out. Morel is across the bridge. Signatures for Evrat, I believe, are across the bridge as well. Interrogate the vigilantes. Wait, can I talk to more of the dudes individually? Otherwise, the only other question that I had was, did you kill him? And I thought we weren't going to ask that.
The circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
We've spoken to the head of the union.
Evrard?
Yes, him.
And what did he tell you? That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, and used it to hang him? Because we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight. I hope he told it well.
Uh-huh, so you just confessed murder.
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious?
I feel like the bullet thing, you know, you have enough to arrest him. You don't mention the bullet thing here, and it comes up in a case.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Things aren't quite right here, are they?
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room.
Shit.
Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
All of them? Maybe one of them is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure?
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out?
My fucking elbow, copper. Samaran boxing style.
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Where did all this action take place?
Right fucking here. The fucker started coming to our bar, asking for it.
Right. I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, copper?
When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Am I a Sambo style I mean, I am. I kicked a guy's ass. A huge guy's ass. So yeah. That's me.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
That is such a spicy question to ask, but I honestly feel like it's tipping the hand. Why don't I just arrest you?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge, raises hairs in the room. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
Easy now. Let's just talk.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
I thought she did.
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys. Ain't that right, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive. In my...
Yeah, it is Kuno. 100%. They wouldn't dare do it if Kuno wasn't there. So he was a mercenary, that's it.
And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on. How do you know he was in Special Forces?
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did. Right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay. Besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? Raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
Okay, so it's probably a good thing the guy is dead for multiple
There's
reasons.
something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very, very serious allegation.
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
So, what are we gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough.
Yeah, he did say it was a woman.
First-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Do I try to establish authority? I don't think so. I might die. Alright, I guess the next thing we do is head over to the village. Don't think she has much more to say to us. It mind if I succeeded at the authority? That would be pretty sick, but for some reason I don't see it. Oh, the fellas got the sign done.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be, and a mechanical lever sitting in the middle. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then, the water lock starts moving.
We did it!
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing, achieve it, then the next, he thinks. That's the task chain.
I mean, shit, what else is there to achieve for now? Trying to find the Hardy girl? It may be Coast O'Clock. May well be. Alright, we need 9 more real to not get booted out of the hotel by tonight. Let's see what Kim thought of that interrogation.
Yes?
Cool. I want to ask him about that. I want to ask him about what he thinks about the task that Everett gave us. Well, we don't know yet, V. We'll have to see. Although she seemed pretty composed and in control, if she is the one that we talked to at the start. Breaker box to power the nylon. Maybe there's something above. Money. Ahead, decades old concrete defenses. Children play on them now. Someone's broken down the fence and the barbed wire. These look like the tracks of the car that I've been... Oh, there's the car. Creaking ahead. Broken axle grinding. Damn. Could sell that and have enough to stay the night. Straight out of the womb. You ever see birds that are like, wait, the womb? I'm a bird. There is no womb.
A banged up motor carriage lies
straight out the egg.
Icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top,
How you doing, Jumbo?
and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
So this is where all the tracks were leading to.
It appears to be so.
Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Run your hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
You got COVID? Oh man, I hope you're not feeling too bad. I hope it passes soon. But I'm guessing you, took a test? Getting some symptoms? But yeah, fingers crossed, it just passes by. It normally does these days, after everyone's all shot up. What's the make of this MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out. But you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Well. Looks like Jacob Erb's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yet another case of the engine displacement triumphing over the driver's IQ.
Yes. Clearly, this is a triumph. I'd say the vehicle has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket. A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would.
How long will it take for the low tide to come in?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Well, sit on a swing and wait for the tide to recede.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so.
Oh, if that is the case, it'll be funny.
Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
We are the art cop. We'll make this art.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher-pitched and slightly more melodic trill. Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside.
Just whistling
looking
with our
at
buddy.
the water and a sunken car. The wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, some vagrants are having an argument over a bag of tear they found in the
Give me that tear, I need to sell that.
Further away, a flock of seagulls lands. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
So, was your dad also, you know?
My dad and mom are both half Serlite.
Oh, so both.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing.
I didn't realize by pointing to our eyes we were trying to ask about ethnicity. I thought we were like asking if his dad was a cop. Do you think I'll ever find my gun?
God, I hope so.
I've been thinking, if I put enough time into eating right and exercising, I could turn myself into a living weapon. And I wouldn't even need a gun.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical.
Oh, is it the 41st district? Are we from the 41st district? No.
Does he know something about that speed racer?
I hate guessing. District something? A precinct? Something municipal? Oh god, no.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry.
Yeah,
what
V.
did you do?
You got it right.
No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
No. No.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
No, it's the street racer.
There were never any street racers. It was always you. You drove your car in the sea.
But Jacob Irv.
The lieutenant just shakes his head.
Oh my god, it's mine? I drove my car into the sea?
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
The badge, the gun, and now this.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Things were going so well. We were just whistling merrily.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
They're not gonna take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
People, yes, but not you.
How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
So it's just gonna be there like that?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
I can still fix it.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
I couldn't even pay a hostel bill.
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
Maybe I was in pursuit of someone.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Probably. Try definitely.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
I was the traffic hooligan. I find them. No, I've never seen Vision of Escaflowne. Probably should at some point. Also, wait, does this manage how much communism? Oh yeah, that is a bit of communism. And a little bit of fascism. My badge! My badge! Oh my god, my badge. We got my badge.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I find my badge!
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that, but the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
Hi, old.
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking? Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him.
We have had the expression for as long as we can remember.
It looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain while producing it as you are now. Although there's already a hint of that pain, certainly. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Name Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
But it doesn't say Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Not strange at all. Your name is Harrier Dubois, like it says on your police badge.
What kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
Harrier Dubois it is then.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier.
Dubois?
He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Rank LTN 2JFR? Lieutenant, I'm guessing.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice.
We declined becoming captain? Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What's a decomptage?
Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kinks.
What kinks?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
So, you've been putting up with all my bullshit because I'm your superior?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work.
He said it. I'm the good police.
It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
Ah.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
We can never let Kim down.
Such a small yet precious thing.
We can fuck up,
Expensive paper caught between
but we
thick
can't
plastic,
hurt Kim.
Like a fly in amber, it reads.
Serial Rev 126205 Jam 41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
But Sabrina, I'm a cop. Date of issue 7th of November 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
Precinct 41?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
I am the superstar cop.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
That was... oddly cathartic. Wait, there was something about a girl at the village? Little girl in the fishing village down the coast who knows something about the armored gloves. School of fish swimming in the kelp. Floating freely in the water, unmoored. Money!
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with?
That depends. Where are we exactly?
A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
I have questions. The first is, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts.
Nice sword. Does it come with a story?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation tactics?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Why don't more women arm themselves if it's so effective?
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder. Coach means the expression.
Behold. Do you like it?
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
So, where are all the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Wait, why? If they're thick-headed.
Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Take care, Whiskey. I will ensure nothing bad befalls our beloved Kim. Where's your husband now?
Gone.
Gone? Card. I would never leave anyone.
Good for you. He, however, was
Our
lost to the
divorced man
waves.
energy came out immediately. I
quite a
didn't even think
while
about
now.
it. Oh.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
It's healthy to let go and move on. Gotta keep the wheels spinning.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Oh, we should have asked her whenever Kim wasn't here. I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can help?
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for missing cryptozoologists.
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People who look for animals who are hard to find.
Aha! Like snowmen.
Snowmen? Haven't heard about those.
2 odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Where'd they go?
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
That's it. Not looking for anyone else right now.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Is that your boat?
Sure is. The Sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Sunny days?
Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the rain streaming down the yellow belly of the boat.
Want to ask you something else.
Go right ahead.
What do you do around here?
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
What else?
I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic insular Indian cuisine.
Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
Walking on the beach. Sounds quite romantic.
Oh, very. Finding pieces of glass, bits of wood. Every once in a while we get dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. What else? Bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass. Very romantic.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely. Mines. Mines. You need mines.
A mine? The RCM could use a mine. Where is it?
Well, the RCM has to wait for another one, because some army folks came by, took it in the middle of the bay and blew it up. The blast was surprisingly timid for such a huge spiky thing.
I don't know what I want to do with Everett's envelope yet. But that does seem to be the way to proceed.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. The youth center cuts into...
Lock tight.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
What kind of an element are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
If I'm considered an ill woman, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
There's this guy, Gart, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold.
That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours.
No, I don't want a free room. It's not proper.
Suit yourself. But should you ever need shelter, remember old Isabel and her shack by the sea.
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant Double Ifritter Harrier Dubois.
Why the
Dubois.
handle you got there? So many titles. One of them double.
I don't want to take the signatures off these people. Goodbye. I'm off. Street signing is legible below the graffito. Hard to see the details. The colors, all warm and welcoming, are cozy though. A flower trough where nothing really grows. Maybe in spring. Oh, that disappeared for some reason.
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
I heard there was a girl who has armor gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
This is a very cute child. Are you Lillian's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yes, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
What's that?
It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken skewer you almost certainly broke.
Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure, just go and get it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
What's that thing you're holding?
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lemmy looks soft.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft?
That was nice. We got a hug from Lammy.
Bye!
Fuck Gart, I'm gonna sell that bird. These must be the twins.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
You must be Lillian's twins.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
I already said that.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Wow, so intellectually stimulating. The stone kicking isn't even of very high caliber. Anyone can do that.
Is little Lily your sister?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys look identical.
The stone kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt.
You're bad with kids.
It's impossible to be good with kids. They're too stupid.
You're right there. Let's see if we can find some police work, shall we? We're not getting anything here.
Bye, kids. Take care. I'm not gonna say kids are stupid to them. That would be rude. Even if it is true.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see
Said to every kid you meet as a greeting.
What must have been a
First things first, you're dumb.
catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Looking back from the rust-colored water. Mazout. Rear tire of a motor car to Dornsies reads. Kick drum pulse. The music has come from somewhere on the ice. School of fish huddle around the fence post, then scatter into the dark. Before you a drawbridge. It can only be lowered from the other side. Full of holes. Could the post hide treasure? Look inside. Damn. We're rich. If we sell the stuff that we can have to sell, we have like enough for 3 nights at the Whirlin. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. An altar shrouded in dark. Or something like that. It's too dark to tell. I don't want to put the lady on. Sign reads Saint Brunei 1147. Yeah, we're definitely some kid.
More than twice
Thought this
your
was the
height
smartest
stands
hiding
shut
place.
In front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
What makes it so modern?
It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you get the sense the forces of future are at work here.
You seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean. before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
Yeah, it's really like we're playing as a YouTube film analysis person.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
Okay. What is junior delinquency?
For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called
Oh, Karma, you have thoughts when you look at things?
This was part of your officer's exams.
Embarrassing. What is the objective of junior delinquency here?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
I agree. It's very modern. But does the cheer guy not know he's dead? Or does the dead guy not care that he is? What is the source of the irony here?
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Your hands are clammy from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away.
Kim, could I have that handkerchief? My hands are wet.
The lieutenant hands you a blue handkerchief. He looks a little dismayed when he gets it back crumpled. However, it should be easier to peel the sticker off now.
Hey, Kamerzi.
There's
We're
nothing like the
getting
sound
closer to
of
solving them murders. We're making some progress.
stuck
Don't you
to your
worry.
thumb.
Well, it's just the one murder, actually. Put the sticker in your ledger after the last entry where it belongs.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Saul, how's it going? No, the Profound is a streamer. I'm a gaming variety streamer. I'm from Ireland and I'm a bird who cosplays. And I like some video games.
Nothing happens. Only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
This is where Mr. Prybar comes in handy.
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment.
Did we start that kick drum we heard come from the ice? I heard a sign before.
Yes, the pulsing base. A sure sign of junior delinquency, somewhere east of here.
There's something on the sea ice there.
Must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Painted with pastels. Someone is trying to bring cheer into the world.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Never ask this question. Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
You don't have to do anything.
I should, and I do.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you're planning on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse rises.
Is that kind of language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks? The footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
I mean, if I don't experience it myself at some point, feel free, for sure.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Here, you need this more than I do.
Thanks.
You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up. Don't think she'll let us, but I don't want to fuck with, you know, her business. What's your name?
Estelle.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
I'm from the police. It's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's Berger.
A very common name.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
Did you put the padlock on the church door?
No.
No?
Not really, no.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
So, this isn't yours?
It's Noid's.
Is this Noid person a friend of yours?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Why did this Noid person put a padlock on the church door?
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about him, he'll tell ya.
So you want to turn the church into a club?
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys. Because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to him.
They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else?
Enough about the church then. I had another question.
Go ahead.
Actually, that's it for now.
Okay, bye.
I don't want to take. Don't want to try and take the thing off her. Doesn't seem right. I don't want to wear the Samaran conical hat. Feels disrespectful.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at
10 flap,
I'll keep watch.
the best guy. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. Pile of nasal sprays. Brand name Nosafed Ultra.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come. It will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy. His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg!
Yeah.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Was it something you wanted? Your friend Estelle said there was a problem with the church.
Ah, so you've met her. Good. Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revachol.
Strike that! The word!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
Egghead's portrait. This is so good.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch.
Yes. And the worst part is, they're also spooky.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Yeah, but definitely is, you know, they wanted to turn it into a club, that's for sure. I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Estelle told me the Noid put the padlock on the door. Why?
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Cool cop.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Ouch! Goddamn asshole. What's wrong with you? Can you see I'm in pain now?
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You almost murdered me. A cop. That's use of lethal force.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
Well, looks like there's quite a lot there.
That's the least you could do.
I hope that settles it. Or
God
wait,
damn.
The key?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
That's 2 nights at the Whirling.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
I get by. Now, where was I with that padlock?
He nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
Right. Other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiasts own the church. Who are these ecclesiasts?
Oh, yeah. That's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Humor me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
yeah, but I can't tell if they're like fucking with me with all this, you know, aggressively positive energy, or if they're just coked off their tits. Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a dance club in one of their churches?
Totally.
The Pericarnassian Church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
Yeah,
Love is hardcore.
they're high as shit.
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it, the anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
No words.
Feels good.
I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
coming around. You're getting it.
I now understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Anodic music is about love, and so is the Perkinassian Church.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
That's it for
As
now.
always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Back to the cold reality of the world. There's no anodic dance music out here. Yeah, that it feels like a distinct possibility. It really does.
Heavy wooden doors. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Damn. Some good art. A strange stillness as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. The grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Figure was added later. It's not part of the original church. Yeah, definitely looks like they broke out. More of the forked lightning pattern you saw outside. Bark beetles? No. Looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable.
Arctic
All the
Pebbles, thank you very much for
shifting
the follow.
and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it, but for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Ah!
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Not really. But it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing, on its premises.
Whatever it is, it's definitely real. Actually, no, we'll say maybe they wanted to discourage singing and dancing.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
I'm scared about what we might see.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
We'll follow its movements.
It's not a shadow anymore. becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no. You've lost sight of it.
Oh, God damn it.
Where did it go?
On the ceiling?
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. You see something
What in
hanging
the
from
hell?
the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
What's up, Port?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it. The shadow is a man. A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently.
This is the police. Show yourself.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in general. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol.
The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already.
You can just run away. But yeah, I'm doing okay, Port. Not too bad. Woke up Charlie before a stream. Gonna do some errands afterwards. Should probably end up finish the stream fairly soon. I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. I don't know anything about alcohol use.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here.
You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through.
I was like you once, just dragging my feet to the next bottle. Shit was dark, Holmes.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Kim's recognized that an intervention has happened, and he's like, actually, this church gremlin has some points.
Look at these crazes. What is this shit?
For some reason, I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Did you just climb down from the church tower?
Sure did, Holmes.
Are you human? You're moving like a human.
I am. At least in part, Holmes. Into the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
Hey, are you a boyadero?
A boyadero? No, Holmes. I don't go in for that kind of thing. It's all about
I still don't fully understand what a boyadero is, aside from the fact that I'm very sincere in my belief that I am not one. And that Mañana, I guess, is one, and Mañana calls me boyadero. I don't understand. Well, at least you're human. That's a relief.
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First-timers are always nervous.
Okay, I have other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Thank you for the Sleeping Dogs vote support. Don't forget, everybody, about your 2 nearly free maybe votes. If you want to see what games you can vote for, type in !maybe. And whichever game has the most votes by the time I finish playing Divinity Original Sin 2 shall replace it. Who's this mother of silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What'll happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
You sure you just didn't switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
Let's agree to disagree.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
How did you even find this place? This church?
Hard to say. I think I did some
It sounds like you
construction
took
work
2
here,
techs there and they
back
used
when
both of
I still
them.
had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
The eternal struggle of voting for Senran Kagura returns.
The sinewy figure
Thank you,
lingers
Thifu.
on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why this church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Is the mother's love gonna be like a fucking carbon monoxide leak or something? Do you know where the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
Wait, so there is another person living in this church? And it's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Oh, I see. I see what's going on, Thief. I'm gonna look on Steam at this Eternal Return, and if I see one mobile style menu, you shall be destroyed. Oh, it's a MOBA? See, whenever I saw you playing it, it didn't look anything like a MOBA. It looked nothing like these screenshots I'm seeing. Did you say that there's like 2 sides to the game beforehand? You don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
You've got nothing to tell me? How she looks? What she does? Who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
Menu based battle royale. Yeah, that sounds more familiar. Which also shut down some time ago. Not the best track record for this eternal return. Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
I trust you won't get in the way of some enterprising youth. Their business looks promising.
Wouldn't bother me none to have them spin music in here. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Might even be nice to have some company.
Okay then. Thanks. Cracked pane of glass. Colorful. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. Figure drawn in frost on the window depicting a deer. Mask banger's silk scarf. Where does one wear this? Oh, around the neck? Yeah, that's the look right there. Been brought to your attention that you're an alcoholic and that it's a sickness that is killing you. You're crawling on your knees through life, your beautiful belly dragging on the ground, your brain now fuzzy, nigh in overdrive, your hair sticking together with today's cold sweat and yesterday's vomit. Perhaps they're right. Anything is better than this. Even bone dry reality itself. Maybe you can quit? I'm going for it. I'm gonna officially quit. The Martinez is our chance at a second, better, sexier life. Yeah. Had a 7-year run? Fair enough. That's not nothing.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Wait, let me just investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no, it was already glowing and now it's also making a sound? It's probably some alien CO-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Fortress accident. Sounds familiar.
The company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to.
You have any other information about this company?
One moment. Fortress Accident SCF produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual.
I wouldn't know. I'm only here for passwords.
And what's this interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
What's the personal log?
The filament you have inserted into the core.
You mean the glowing thing with a tape on it that said log, February, March?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this the personal log?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do.
Didn't realize I was saying that to the lady.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated.
Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. A portable Harman Washi tape recorder. Is it possible it's recording something? I've never seen this before, Port. I've seen the briefest pictures of it. The most gameplay I've seen has been from early ass trailers, and once when I was in Jimmy's stream for 2 minutes, but I didn't really look at it nor clock what I was listening to.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you by chance heard the Viejita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Ese. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes, identifying regional trends. In the interest of public safety, of course.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
I wonder if this is the lady driver.
I think we're done here, Ese.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
The lady driver, according to our trucker buddy friend, sounded like she was pretty close to some dark places. And I don't know, seeking some shelter in this weird secluded church that maybe has narcotics in it. No, Jumbo. In my personal opinion, no. Certainly not. Oh, we get -2 physical instrument from this for a while. Fuck it. It's happening. We're going sober. I mean, if you were so inclined.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The speaker.
Good afternoon, Fortress. Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Shut up, electrochemistry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would you need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simor for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Artists, programmers, Lexi. Who are all those people?
Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Port, I really do. I hate Uplay and Battle.net and EA. All those things. They suck so hard. Capcom's doing that one as well now with the Capcom ID. Which is going to be useful for like crossplay, but it's just like, it's so many accounts to keep track of.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now.
So many barriers.
I want to know what that radio
they can potentially block you from just playing a game that you bought, as it happened to you.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing.
Console Master Race, you play in Capcom ID on consoles now as well.
But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly.
And they're getting more and more intrusive.
I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
I know that is at least not true of the Capcom ID. I'll have to do that. But I tried setting it up on PS5 and it's hard to like, you know, give a password on my PC and shit. Whenever I wanted to get into game betas.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, But now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music. One neo-disco
Okay, and
song
this isn't the
over
Lady Driver,
and
I
over
don't
again.
think, but this is curious.
Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
Just be describing a seal.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
I don't have to describe her as strange, narrator. That's so rude.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're here on a side case, representing certain music venue organizers.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Let's see what's in the back of this church.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
No.
Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you.
No.
As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder with 3 fingers.
Not doing that cross either.
Good call. She left us all in the shits. Don't give her a single thing. Just stand there in the apricot-colored light of the window, secretly grinding your teeth. The woman smiles her distant smile, unmoved, struck in half by the crack in the glass. Serves her right. She only cares about her sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time. To leave.
Do some challenging visual calculus with my supercomputer brain.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown.
Who is this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole.
If I had failed that, I would just let it do whatever moral damage, I would let it kill me.
Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto, what does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
After life, death. After death, new life.
And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
I don't know what Greyermon are.
After life, death.
Oh.
After death,
There it is.
life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
Lieutenant, this used to say... Oh! That some Taylor is good? That's some Taylor who was playing some Diablers 3 today? Axel Ray? What's up? I see you walking. Karateka? Is that the more recent, like the Karateka from, I don't know, like 2000s? Or is that like old Karateka? Does that mean that you finished Diablers? Or did you play this instead of Diablers? Either way, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Sad I missed your stream. But, PS Plus streaming failed us, so you couldn't play Karateka. Oh, that's unfortunate. The shit one? I think someone recommended that to me, and I bought it as a result. Finished Diablo and attempted Karateka. Well, GG's beating the game. You done did it. So if you can't play Karateka, what's next? Let's replace some Diablers. Either way, welcome in everybody. I'm not going to be going for too much longer myself. Oh, that's right, Metro 2 Samus Returns on the Game Boy. Yeah, you said that. Should be cool. Karateka is only a 40-minute game. I bought that. Did I buy that? I bought that. I'm pretty sure I bought that. Yeah, I bought that. I paid money. I did pay money for this game. From 2012, right? From the Prince of Persia creator. The original side-scrolling karate classic comes to steam with art by Jeff Matsuda of The Batman and music by Grammy Award winning composer Christopher Tin from Civilization 4. Gotta beat it. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. We'll see. We'll see what it is. At least I don't have the streaming issues with it, yeah. But no, it's interesting. There are another couple games that are like an hour or an hour and a half, like that I want to play, like but maybe I should like next time have just like a free morning stream, just chew into those. But I do need to start Rusted Moss as well, since I got a code for that. I really want to start that. I feel bad not starting that, given that I directly DM'd for a code and got one. Yeah, disco's going well. We're making a bit of progress today. We got Kim back. We're doing some stuff, but now we've got onto this whole meandering side thing about this church with a silence in it, and people who are trying to make a disco in the church, and this lady's on a computer trying to record the silence in the church, and also some sort of weird gremlin man who lives in the rafters and tower of the church. But it's going well, and I'm doing okay. I'm not too bad. Enjoying a relaxing weekend. How about you, Axa? You taking care of yourself? Are you back all up in the schoolworks? Lieutenant, this used to say afterlife, death, after...
Death. Life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
What is the RCM motto now? Oh, damn. The Dilophosaurus Rex. Thank you very much for subbing. That's mighty kind. That's yeah. Like high praise to move from a Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. I hope you're doing well today. What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Not very feminine.
Not at all.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
How did I know this is the mother of humanism?
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever as it haunts all men.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A ruler?
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They
Some sort of super pope? Super pope saint thing?
Anyway, only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
Okay. When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
A spiritual figurehead for a new world type frontier? What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
Okay. What else? Was she smart?
Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology,
Our skill of
and
intelligence is
was
can she
encouraged.
provide a challenge to a man?
She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on.
So how many of the peoples that we've met here are indigenous to the Isola?
She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress.
I did not know that about Andrew Tate. I don't know. I don't particularly care to learn facts about the man.
That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Hey, Jimmy, it is indeed. It's disco. I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even far away Supramuindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 mundial nations of the time. immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
Her crowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky.
It sounds like we once knew quite a lot about this woman.
She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied out plaza with the crowd far away. Already her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
I don't care how she looked. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me.
Oh, she was insultingly beautiful. She was humanity's young mother, a perfect mother. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Then what?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity.
So, she was a tyrant.
Suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb. In icons such as this, she was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefreiter, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
War criminal!
I don't know about that. It was a different time, a different war. Either way, this church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in. We should conclude our business and move on.
This is Dolores Day.
Yes. I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited
Thank you.
archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild region.
Got the tissue in time. Okie dokie.
Okie dodo.
A touch of absurdity there. Nice. The mother of...
Oh, so we can actually go through it.
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Have you seen the man living up in the rafters?
Nope.
But you know he's around?
Yes.
Sounds like you're not worried about him at all.
No. You're right. I'm not.
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right, but how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
Oh, are they the youth center? Oh shit. A youth center would be nice.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you?
These are the guys who are working with Everard.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my Reign prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
Right. I'll try not to touch anything. Next question.
Great.
What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
You're occupying a public place. I need to know what you're doing here.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Hold on a minute. Does it mean we're not living in a world that has holes in it?
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
I don't know. I'm not here for some science. I just want to solve a murder so I can go home.
You measure it by its surroundings. By that which does exist.
You just didn't listen. He's not listening to us at all.
I tried using hydro transducers to record the silence. To find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
You said that the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error. Trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Do you have an idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
That's all I want to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world. For now.
Great. Thanks.
Alright. These young punks, I thought they were, you know, visionary, creative types. They're fucking real estate developers. Oh, wrong way.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra. We,
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
Sounds fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
Gonna sell it.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
About the church. I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to a shadow-clad being climbing the beams. A man living in the ceiling.
Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
As far as I can tell, he's not gonna leave. He'll climb around up there and, guys, you'll never catch him.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry. I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
But no, Kim is not die. Kim's just outside the tent at the moment.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been completely honest about me with your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? The spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
The love? No. I'm not really feeling it at all.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise. About the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it?
She did not like the Anodic Dance Club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her.
So maybe their aggressive positivity isn't due to copious nosefed / cocaine use after all, but the fact that they're playing me.
If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Anodic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries, we'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
Alright.
Bye, officer.
We're gonna try and logic the shit out of this. Where is the nosefed that they gave me?
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Well, first of all, you're a smart cop. And a smart cop like you would understand if something wasn't quite right. So this should be easy.
And then there's the narcomania.
Indeed. So one of them came upon the abandoned church. They want to turn it into a club for dance music, but agents of narcomania have overrun it. You shudder to think of all the narco they must have already consumed in there. Narco is bad.
Yeah.
Plus,
that's a neat feeling,
it has to be considered. You can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church.
Is that a white check or a
analysis complete?
A black / red check.
Checks out. All in all, you really can't tell what that mean programmer grandma was talking about.
Goodbye, officer.
Alright, that is gonna have to be it for today, though. Didn't make a whole ton of progress in the main investigation. I mean, Titus Hardy has, you know, straight up admitted to the murder. And we know of the existence of the 8th Hardy member, who is a woman. We're trying to find her. We also found out about the sexual assault that happened. That the mercenary did. The guy who, you know, our Vic. That's another lead to follow up on. And then I just spent a long time fucking around with this church. Not sure what we gain from it. But I'm sure we'll get something in the future. We know the Union guys didn't do it, just covering up for someone. No, I think the Union guys definitely did do it. I think that they're 100% just they're trying to make it impossible to prosecute by saying we all did it as a collective, when we know that one person was holding the gun that shot the bullet into the back of the merc's head. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you Arctic Pebbles again for the follow. I hope you had a chill time here. Feel free to have to come back. We playing a wide variety of games. I'll be back again tonight actually at 7:30 p.m. BST, so that's like 4.5 hours from now. Gonna be playing some Resident Evil 4 because today is indeed our double whammy of streaming. But otherwise, let me think. Monday night, it'll be Divinity Original Sin 2. Tuesday morning will be Fire Emblem Engage. Whoa, lightheadedness. 1 second. That was strange. Yeah, I had some spinning Rouge the Bats in my head. My head just went wee. Do I need a drink of water? I've been hydrated. Maybe I need to eat something. But yeah. More streams in the future. Resident Evil 4 later tonight. But for now, yeah, I'm gonna get myself some bird seeds. Gonna have myself some lunch. And yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye for now, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you again, Taylor, for the big ol' raid. I appreciate you. But yeah, back again, 7:30 p.m. tonight. BST. Resident Evil 4. I'm very much looking forward to it. Let's see who's online. Who can we raid? Bum 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 bum. Let's raid Blue Chrome Mina. She is playing some Genshin Impact at the moment. And she's a super chill individual. Please check her out. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry Zeb. We're finishing up for now. I got another stream, so I can't go super long with this one. But yeah. Y'all take care of yourselves. I shall hopefully see y'all again in the near future, be it here or elsewhere. Thank you as well, of course, to Delopsource Rex for the sub. Yeah. I'll see y'all, if not for some Resident Evil 4 tonight. I will see ya when's I see ya. I'll just copy Karma's raid message here. Until next time, take care of yourself, everybody. Be good, and bye-bye.